Amen. All right, good. Left-handed freshman Trent Collier gets the start on the hill for the Weatherford Coyotes. 6'2", 235 out of Prosper, Texas. For Collier, this will be his 13th appearance of the year, which is the most by anybody on the club. 3 wins, 1 loss, 2 saves. 42 and a third innings pitched. He's allowed 18 runs, 11 earned on 30 hits. He has walked 17 and struck out a team-high 52. Sherman Johnson swings at the first pitch and comes up empty for strike 1. A 2.23 earned run average for Trent Collier to start this contest. Taken on the inside corner, strike 2. Johnson, a freshman from Conyers, Georgia, hitting .290 to start the day. Fouls this one off. Keeps it at 1 ball and 2 strikes. 6'2", 165. Came to McLennan from Dallas Baptist. He's on his way to Arkansas to play for the Razorbacks. Another 0-2 pitch from Collier. It is again fouled off. One of those days you have to keep everything tied down or the wind will take it away and you won't find it again. Wind blowing very hard out to left field. Another 0-2. Swung and miss. Strike 3. Little high fly ball or high strike. Johnson unable to get to the bat to it. Out number 1. Now here's Spencer Butt. Spencer started the first game of this series. Actually started the first 2 games of this series in Weatherford, but was injured during that second game, and at least he's back in the lineup today. He fouls off the first pitch for strike 1. The freshman from Davie, Florida. Butt stands in at 5'10", 165 pounds. Ground ball. Kangaroo hop to the third baseman, Maison. He sets his feet and makes a strong throw for out number 2. 2 up and 2 down in the Highlander first. That brings up Marcus Smith, the right fielder. He was the hero for the Highlanders on Wednesday. Provided the game-winning runs late in game 2 to allow the Highlanders to split those 2 games on Wednesday in Weatherford. Fouls off the first pitch for strike 1. A 6-foot, 190-pound sophomore from Harlem, New York. Starts the day hitting .327. Takes a breaking ball that misses inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. He's collected 35 hits on the year. 9 are doubles, 9 are home runs. 2 RBIs he picked up on Wednesday were RBIs number 40 and 41 of the years. He fouls that one off. One and 2 the count on the Highlander right fielder with 2 outs and nobody on. Foul that off the catcher. That one got a little bit of Cade Mitchell. The outfield for the Coyotes, Mason Ashlock in left field, Blake Martinez in center, and Caden Bird in right. On the infield, third to first, you got Trace Maison, Uriah Walters at shortstop, J.C. Davis at second, Manny Salas at first. Another 1-2 pitch on its way to Marcus Smith. Swung and missed for strike three. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Collier. Highlanders go 3 up and 3 down in the first. We head to the second with our score. Weatherford nothing and McLennan nothing.
Hello, my name is Roy Gillis, CEO of Lighthouse Streaming, and you're watching Centex Sports Network.
You got 8 seconds to prove you're worth the price of admission. And you got Baylor Scott and White Health along for the ride. So square up. You got this.
Middle third of the batting order for the Coyotes here in the top of the second inning. Manny Salas, Jake Overstreet, and Caden Mitchell to face Griffin Lewis, who got a fly out of ground out and a strikeout
Number 28, Manny Salas.
to get the Coyotes in order in the first. Here's Manny Salas. He's out of North Richland Hills, a 6 foot, 245-pound sophomore. Hitting .405. Takes a pitch outside for ball one. Highlanders were able to hold him hitless on Wednesday. He went 0 for 5, which dropped his average from a team-leading .420 to that .405. A swing and a miss there. Evens it up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Collected 60 hits on the year, 16 that doubles, 3 triples, 3 home runs. Popped up into the screen behind home plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Slow curveball, swung and missed for strike 3. Griffin Lewis picks up his second strikeout of the game. Now faces the designated hitter, Jake Overstreet. He's a freshman from Rockwall, Texas, on the east side of the Metro Mess. 5'9", 185. Takes the first pitch strike on the outside corner at the third. Appeared in the first game of the 3-game series. Was 0 for 1 with a walk. Pops this one out toward right field, not very deep. Marcus Smith giving chase, will come up with the catch. And there's 2 away. Next up for the Coyotes is Caden Mitchell. Out of Salina, Texas. 6 foot, 200-pound sophomore. Catching for the Coyotes in this first game of the doubleheader. Takes a pitch on the outside corner for a strike. Hitting .369 for head coach Jeff Lightfoot and company, with 24 hits, includes 7 doubles and 4 home runs. A swing and a miss. Has him behind and no balls and 2 strikes. Tried to get him to chase something high and away and off speed. Laid off of it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Highlander outfield has Daniel Harden in left, McLean Helton in center, and Marcus Smith in right. Lewis to the belt. His 1-2 pitch is still up high. On the infield for McLennan, Cage McLeod at third, Sherman Johnson the shortstop, Spencer Budd at second base, Ty Wade at first. Wade with the left-hander playing deep and near the first base line. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pitch, that's a line foul, left side out of play. Lewis ready with the next offering. That's popped into the screen behind home plate. Mitchell making him work for that final out. Another 2-2 pitch on its way to Caden Mitchell. It's down for ball 3. Mitchell has worked him full. Trying to become the first base runner of the game for the Coyotes. Hits this one in the air towards center field. Going back is McLean Helton. He now backpedals and makes the catch before he gets to the warning track for the 3rd out to retire the side. Weatherford goes 3 up and 3 down in the second. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. We head to the bottom of the inning with our score. Weatherford nothing and McLennan nothing.
MCC has definitely benefited me most on not only what I want to do, but who I aspire to be. Expect every professor to help you become who you want to be and more. Create your own success at MCC.
I've looked back at MCC with all these kids coming out here, these men and women starting their lives out here, starting their dreams and their visions of what they want to do for their family. It's the foundation for our community.
The plan is to go win.
Yes, sir.
Our girls set a goal that they wanted to win a national championship. They wanted to win a conference championship. That's been on the table from day one. And now we put ourselves in the position to do that.
Pitch hit in the air and deep to left field. Going back is Rayvon Morgan at the wall. He leaps and he makes the catch for the 3rd out.
On the line, too much to give in. If you think it's over, then it started again. The planets align, the stars burn bright, the sun goes down, we keep going all night. Going back down, the moment is now. Don't miss, I will never turn.
He wins.
Number 4, Daniel Harden.
And at last report in that second game, they were trailing Temple by a score of 6-3 in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Weatherford looking to take care of business here to try to stay ahead of the Grayson Vikings in the league standings. 3, 4, and 5 for the Highlanders here in the bottom of the second. Daniel Harden leads it off against the lefty Trent Collier. He fouls off the first pitch for strike 1. Harden 6'2", 205-pound sophomore from Prairieville, Louisiana. He's headed to LSU next year. A swing and a miss. 0-2. Had a home run on Wednesday against the Coyotes to help the Highlanders to the win in the second game. 0-2 pitch. Laid off a pitch outside. Team leader in runs scored with 49. Also among the team leaders in other categories, but been a mainstay in left field for the Highlanders. Hits this one in the air to the gap in right center field. Center fielder going back. It is off the top of the wall. He'll go into second base with a stand-up double. 14th double of the year for Daniel Harden. Puts him in scoring position for the team's top RBI guy, Dayton LaChance. 61 RBI on the year. Harden just took the team lead away from him in doubles. Harden now has 14. LaChance has 13 doubles. A swing and a miss for strike one. Went after a letter-high fastball on the first pitch. Thought he could clean and jerk it out to Lakeshore Drive. Sophomore out of Sherbrooke, Quebec. 6'4", 240. Headed to Oklahoma next year. There's 3 players in this game that are headed to Oklahoma next year. Man on the mound, one of those, Trent Collier. There goes a runner from second down to third, and Harden has the base stolen. Daniel Harden finds the opportunity to move up 90 feet with his 12th stolen base of the year. In 13 tries, his 18th overall stolen base in his career. Now a fly ball to the outfield gives the Highlanders a lead. LaChance goes after a pitch up around the shoulders, trying to get a fly ball. And behind the count at 1 ball and 2 strikes. 63 hits on the year, 13 are doubles, 1 triple, and 12 home runs. A 1-2. He golfs that one down the right side. It will fall foul by about 6 inches. That not only had an RBI written on it, but an extra base. Just the inside-out swing gave it enough slice to put it out of play. It stays at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Harden at third is the potential first run of the game after a leadoff double and a stolen base. Collier's 1-2 offering. This is low and inside. Dayton was just 1 for 7 on Wednesday against the Coyotes. Hits this one in the air to center field. Center fielder Martinez making position, makes the catch. There's the tag at third. The throw will not be anywhere near in time. A sacrifice fly off the bat of Dayton LaChance gives the Highlanders a 1-0 lead. Picks up RBI number 62 on the year. So 1 out, nobody on now, and here's McLean Helton. He's a freshman from Cy Woods High School in the Houston area, and he fouls off the first pitch to the backstop for strike 1. Helton hitting .358. He's collected 34 hits, 4 doubles, 1 triple, and 5 home runs out in front of the changeup. Behind the count now, no balls and 2 strikes. Lines this one down the left side, but it's going to slice off foul. Elton has been pretty much an opposite field hitter for the Highlanders this season. Trying to go to left field with that one. In fact, the left fielder Ashlock going to play closer to the line, but that certainly leaves a large gap between he and the center fielder. Off speed, that's fouled off first base side. Elton doing a good job of hitting the ball where it's pitched. Count stays at no balls and 2 strikes. Again, off speed, he just catches a piece of it. Glances it off the glove of the catcher, Caden Mitchell. Still hitting at no balls and 2 strikes. Thought about going after that one, is a little bit high. Borderline call goes the way of the batter. Caden Mitchell was ready to throw the ball around.
Find a way, Josiah, find a way.
The 1-2 on the inside corner, called strike 3. Mitchell out looking. 3rd strikeout collected by Trent Collier. 2nd out here in the 2nd inning. And now here's Ty Wade, the first baseman. He's out of Texarkana, Arkansas. 6'2", 225 freshman. Swings and misses the first pitch. Comes in hitting .280 on the season with 30 hits that include 6 doubles, 2 triples, and 9 home runs. Off speed out in front, 0-2. Collier looking for his 4th strikeout. Not on that pitch, it bounces off the back of the plate. The 1-2. Fastball outside corner at the belt, called strike 3. Back-to-back called 3rd strikes. Gets Collier out of the inning, but the Highlanders get 1 run thanks to the double by Daniel Harden and the sacrifice fly by Dayton LaChance. So 1 run on 1 hit. No errors, nobody left on. We've played 2 and our new scores. McLennan 1 and Weatherford 0.
I've looked back at MCC with all these kids coming out here, these men and women starting their lives out here, starting their dreams and their visions of what they want to do for their family. It's the foundation for our community.
The plan is to go win.
Yes, sir.
Our girls set a goal that they wanted to win a national championship. They wanted to win a conference championship. That's been on the table from day one. And now we put ourselves in a position to do that.
Pitch hit in the air and deep to left field. Going back is Rayvon Morgan at the wall. He leaps and he makes the catch for the 3rd out.
On the line, too much to give in. If you think it's over, then let's start it again. The planet's alive, the stars burn bright, the sun goes down, we keep going all night. Don't back down, the moment is now. Don't miss out, we're never turning around. The light is young.
Going back to it, it'll go all the way to the wall. 1 run is scored. Rounding the 3rd, coming home to score is Aiden Cooney.
Catch me if you can.
Walters and Caden Bird. Nation Ashlock leads it off. First time we've seen Ashlock in this series. takes the first pitch low and outside for ball one. .64", 205-pound sophomore from Dripping Springs, Texas. Just hitting a .189 on the year. Takes a pitch inside, 2 balls and no strikes. He's collected 17 hits, 3 are doubles, 3 are home runs. He's walked 18 times. Misses inside. 3-0 the count. Lewis got a lead to work with, but right now in danger of walking the leadoff batter to start the third. This is low and inside. Ashlock gets the first free pass from Lewis. Tying runs on first, nobody out. Here's Uriah Walters. Question is he bunting? Hitting .261 on the year. Sophomore from Prosper, Texas, 6'3", 200. He's swinging away and sends one out to right field. Marcus Smith has it measured, now comes running in, makes the catch. No tag at first base, there's one out. Now here's Caden Bird. 9-hole hitter. Hitting .264 for the Coyotes. A freshman from Burleson, Texas, 6 foot, 185. From the left side against the right-hander. Takes a first pitch strike. Bird's collected 32 hits, 8 for extra bases. Split between doubles and home runs. Hits this one toward the gap in left center field, and nobody's going to get to it. The runner from first on his horse. The relay throw is going to be short, and they're going to stop him at third base. It's going to be a double for Caden Bird. Puts 2 in scoring position. The throw from the outfield was a little short of the cutoff man. But they finally did get it in. At first, I thought Jeff Lightfoot was about to send the runner home, but stop sign got thrown up at the last second. Going to have a conference on the mound as the pitching coach, Peter Stark, is out to discuss the situation here with the leadoff batter at the plate, J.C. Davis. Tying run just 90 feet away and a go-ahead run at second base. They want to talk over the possibilities of what might occur here. The double for Bird, his 5th of the year. Davis, after grounding out in the first inning, now 2 for 8 in this series against the Highlanders with 3 runs scored, and he's picked up an RBI against McLennan. Has an RBI opportunity here, but there are 2 outs, so the Highlander infield is playing back. First baseman Ty Wade is well off the bag at first. First pitch on the inside corner at the knees for a strike. Leadoff walk and a 1-out double, giving the Coyotes an opportunity here. Again on the inside corner at the knees for strike 2. 2 pretty good pitches there from Griffin Lewis. Highlanders will give up the run for the out as they play back. The 0-2 pitch misses down. Also out. Ashlock at third, Bird at second. Coyotes trying to bring them home. Off speed, hit on the ground to the shortstop, Johnson. He'll look the runner back at second, throw to first, and get the out there. A ground out for J.C. Davis, but it results in an RBI, and the Coyotes have tied the game at 1 apiece. Leadoff walk comes back to haunt Griffin Lewis. 2 outs and a runner at second now. '28th RBI of the year for J.C. Davis. Now here's Blake Martinez. Struck out his first time up. Takes a pitch for a strike on the outside third above the knees. Again, Martinez did not appear in the second game of this 4-game series. He's 0 for 3 against the Highlanders so far, but has scored a run against them. Pops this one out of play over the third base dugout. And Lewis with the opportunity to get out of the jam. Go ahead run at second base with 2 outs. Out into the screen.
Come get him.
Nothing in 2.
There we go, 3-3. Come on, Greg, come get him.
And the Coyotes number 2 in the nation. McLennan number 18 in this week's junior college poll. Corner. Hit the glove exactly where it was stationed, but it was just off the plate. Could not get Martinez to chase something just a bit out of the zone. The 1-2. That's fouled off the left side out of play. As windy as it has been all day, right now the flags in left field are hanging next to the poles, indicating very little breeze right now here at the ballpark. The 1-2. That misses down. 2 balls and 2 strikes. What you would prefer not to face is Trace Maison with 2 on and 2 out. He waits in the on-deck circle.
Just get him, Greg.
Fly ball off the glove of the third baseman into left field. That's going to be a base knock. He's going to head for 2, and he's got it. Blake Martinez with a double gives Weatherford the lead at 2-1. Fought off some good pitches.
Come on, guys.
Just the 3rd double of the year for Martinez and his 12th RBI. Now he's at second base for Trace Maison. Maison popped up to first base his first time up. Fastball out, ball 1. Now 5 for 8 against Highlander pitching on the year with 3 runs scored, a home run, a double, and 4 RBI against McLennan pitching. Dayton LaChance wants to go out and talk to Griffin Lewis. They would zero him back in as they discuss the situation here. Maison started this week with the 5th most home runs in all of junior college Division I baseball. He'd also scored the 6th most runs of any player in D1 JUCO baseball. Hitting .413, he is a force at the plate. Headed to Coastal Carolina next year. 1-0, bounces in, Shots blocks it. 2-0 the count. Lewis up to 48 pitches now. He's thrown 20 in this inning alone. This is the inside corner. It's 3 balls and no strikes. Maison is on to the fact that he's being pitched carefully to here. He's not going to chase anything that's remotely close. That's out, ball 4. 2 walks in the inning. 2 on, 2 out. And the cleanup batter, Manny Salas, at the plate. That's a team leading 29th walk collected by Maison. Salas struck out to start the second inning, his first trip today. He's still looking for his first hit against Highlander pitching in this series. Takes a pitch on the inside corner at the knees for a strike. Salas started this series with a .420 batting average, leading the team in home runs, hits, doubles, and triples, as well as the leader in on base percentage. Hits this one in the air out towards center field, fairly deep. McLean Helton going back at the warning track will squeeze it for the third out to retire the side, but not before Weatherford takes the lead as they get 2 runs. They do it on 2 base hits. There was no Highlander errors, and there was 2 Coyotes left on base. Head to the bottom of the second with a new score. It's Weatherford 2 and McLennan 1.
Yeah. Rappers really don't want beef with me. Trust me, I can beat you easily. Suckers get DDT'd. I've been swinging for the fences since I was in Little League. I'm at their neck like a guillotine. Woo. Langston Hughes with the verses. Hook something like a Reno. Baby girl, I ain't got time to chase you. I've been chasing dreams. Whoa. I'm going crazy like I'm daylight. Yeah, I'm a crossover gang. AI. Yeah. We be skipping over all of your verses just like the CD with a playwright. Yeah. I already know if the beat is bananas, it's only right that I go ape on it. Yeah. Going crazy like I'm daylight. Yeah. I'm a crossover gang. AI, yeah. We be skipping over all of your versions just like the CD with an A, yeah. Going crazy like I'm daylight, yeah. I'm a crossover gang, AI, yeah. We be skipping over all of your versions just like the CD with a playwright, yeah.
8-9-1 for McLennan here in the bottom of the third. Cage McLeod, Owen Egan, and then Sherman Johnson face Trent Collier, who now works on the hill with the lead after throwing 33 pitches through the first 2 innings, allowing a run on 1 hit. First pitch to McLeod, he squares the bunt, pulls back on a pitch that's outside for ball 1. A freshman from China Spring, Texas, 6'1", 195. That's Cage McLeod. Looking for his first hit against Weatherford. He's 0 for 4 against Coyote pitching so far. Again, squares the bunt, watches a pitch bounce. 2-0 the count. McLeod hitting .283 at this at-bat. Been trying to claw that average back around the 300 mark for the last 2 weeks. The 2-0. Takes a pitch outside. 3 balls and no strikes. Inside, ball 4. 4-pitch walk for the 8-hole hitter, Cage McLeod. There's that leadoff walk we talk about. McLeod hoping to touch the pace station, tie this ball game up. It's his 33rd walk collected on the year. He's also scored 44 runs this year. Now here's the designated hitter batting in the 9th spot, Owen Egan. He does square, takes a pitch above the shoulders for ball 1. Egan, a two-way player out of Yucaipa, California. 5'11", 200-pound sophomore. He also pitches for the Highlanders. Seen him play some outfield as well. The 1-0. Takes a strike this time on the outside third at the letters. 1 ball, 1 strike. hitting .238 on the year. He's collected 5 hits. One of those a home run. He's got 3 RBI. Fouls this one into the screen. Takes the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Come on, 5-2, get on.
Highlanders dealing with a few injuries here in the late season. Not sure that's the reason why Egan's hitting here, but maybe the coaches just had a hunch about him. Swings and misses a breaking ball. That is strikeout number 5, collected by Trent Collier. He's been through the lineup 1 time, has given up 1 run on 1 hit. He's walked 1 and struck out 5. Top of the order now, and Sherman Johnson. He was the first strikeout victim for Collier. Takes a pitch low after showing bunt. Johnson just 1 for 8 against the Coyotes so far with a run scored and an RBI. Again, squares. Bunts it to the first base side. Pitcher can't pick it up. All hands are safe. Going to give Johnson a bunt single for that. Going to be a tough play for the left-hander who falls off toward the third base side to get back to the first base side. A well-placed bunt by Sherman Johnson for just the second hit of the game off of Collier. So the Highlanders have 2 on and 2 on and 1 out. Now Spencer Butt at the plate. Grounded out to third base his first time. He takes a pitch on the outside corner for a strike. Spencer 1 for 4 with 2 runs scored against Weatherford in this series to this point. Off speed. Did he offer at it? That's the question. They will ask the umpire that's out in the middle of the field, and he said he went. 0-2 the count. If you see the end of the bat out there, then yeah, maybe. Will he come back with that breaking ball? He does. Misses outside with it. 1-2. Had a feeling he'd come back with that.
Find a way.
Spencer hitting .341 on the year. Been a steady bat when he's been healthy. Fouls this one over the backstop on the third base side. 1 ball, 2 strikes. McLeod at second's the tying run. Johnson at first, the go-ahead. Here in the bottom half of the 3rd inning. Ball up and in, and it did hit Spencer Butt. Got just enough of him, according to our home plate umpire. That is just the 3rd time that Spencer Butt's been hit by a pitch this season. But it loads up the bases with Highlanders for Marcus Smith. 1 out. Double play is in order on the infield. Smith struck out his first time up. 2 for 8 against Weatherford in the series. With a couple of RBI. First pitch bounces in. A great job by Caden Mitchell, the catcher, to corral that one and keep it in front. Tying run 90 feet away. Now time called. Going to have a discussion on the mound. Judd Kinsey, the pitching coach, headed out to talk over things here with not only Trent Collier, but the rest of the infield for the Coyotes. Talking over situation here. Highlanders could possibly try a suicide squeeze, safety squeeze, slash play, any number of things that the Highlanders might try to pull off here, and that's probably part of the discussion here. Not so much is Collier in trouble, but just try to make sure everybody's on the same page when it comes to the defending the situation. One ball, no strikes on the Highlander right fielder. At a .295 career average for Marcus. He's really picked it up this year. Hitting .324 at this at bat. Takes a pitch high and away. 2 balls and no strikes.
Gotta love it, 2-0. Gotta love it. Make sure it's right.
Ground ball, third base side. It's foul. Just outside the bag at third. Two balls, one strike. His next hit will be number 50 of his career at McLennan. 12 career doubles, 11 career home runs. 9 of those have come this season. Pitch is a strike on the heart of the plate, right at the knees. Pretty pitch from Trent Collier there. 2 balls and 2 strikes on the 3-hole hitter, Marcus Smith. That one bounces in. Once again, corralled by the catcher Mitchell to keep the runners where they are. Money pitch here for both the pitcher and the batter. Full count, 1 out, bases full. Bounces in, ball 4. Marcus Smith, good discipline at the plate, picks up the RBI and ties the game at 2. Gage McLeod scores from third base. Sherman Johnson moves to third. Spencer Butt moves to second. RBI number 42 on the year for Marcus Smith. Collecting his team high 36th walk of the year. Now here's Daniel Harden, who doubled his last time. Takes a pitch outside for ball 1. Doubled and scored to lead off the second inning. He likes Weatherford pitching. 3 for 7 against the Coyotes, with 3 doubles and a home run. That sounds like a few more hits than what I said, isn't it? 1 ball, 1 strike. If I could figure out, I think that's where my problem is. I didn't put his hit there. So 54 hits now on the year for Daniel Harden. That's that one bounce in. 2 balls and a strike. And now 4 for 7 against Coyote pitching. All 4 hits have been extra base hits. Now we have a helmet problem. Apparently a crack in the helmet. They're going to have to get a new helmet for Daniel Harden. That's not one of those things that batters like to do mid at bat. Have to go get a new helmet. See if that has any effect on Daniel here. Got a count of 2 balls and 1 strike with the bases full of Highlanders in a tie ball game in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Takes a pitch outside. 3-1 the count. Borderline call goes the way of the hitter. See some warm-up action in the Wildcat bull, or excuse me, in the Coyote bullpen. Here comes the 3-1 on the ground to the second baseman. He goes to second for 1, but won't make a relay throw. He throws to third base behind Spencer Butt, but he dives back to the bag. A fielder's choice ground out by Daniel Harden picks up the RBI, scores Sherman Johnson to give the Highlanders the lead again, now at 3-2. Spencer Butt retired 4-6 at second base. Let me try to get this right. No, that's Spencer Butt at third base, Lark. He moves over there on Harden. It was Marcus Smith who's retired. 4-6 for the out, second out of the inning. Now here's Dayton LaChance, runners at the corners and 2 gone. Pops up the first pitch behind home plate. Caden Mitchell giving it a look, will make the catch for the third out to retire the side. Highlanders, though, answer the 2 in the top of the inning, getting 2 runs with just 1 base hit. There was no Weatherford errors, and there was 2 Highlanders left on base. After 3, our new scores, McLennan 3 and Weatherford 2.
Yeah. Rappers really don't want beef with me. Trust me, I can beat you easily. Suckers get DDT'd. I've been swinging for the fences since I was in Little League. I'm at their neck like a guillotine. Woo. Langston Hughes with the verses. Hook something like a Reno. Baby girl, I ain't got time to chase you. I've been chasing dreams. Whoa. I'm going crazy like I'm daylight. Yeah, I'm a crossover gang. AI. Yeah. We be skipping over all of your verses just like the CD with a playwright. Yeah. I already know if the beat is bananas, it's only right that I go ape on it. Yeah. Going crazy like I'm daylight. Yeah. I'm a crossover gang. AI, yeah. We be skipping over all of your versions just like the CD with an A, yeah. Going crazy like I'm daylight, yeah. I'm a crossover gang, AI, yeah. We be skipping over all of your versions just like the CD with a playwright, yeah. Going crazy like I'm daylight, yeah. I'm a crossover gang, AI, yeah.
Top half of the 4th inning. Jake Overstreet leads it off for Weatherford. Takes a first pitch fastball for a strike. He flew out to right field his first time up. 0 for 2 against the Highlanders in the series so far, but he did not appear in game 2 of the series. Slow curveball at the knees, a little low from 1 ball, 1 strike. Now hitting .338 on the year. 27 hits includes 6 doubles and 2 home runs. Griffin Lewis had thrown 52 pitches coming into this inning. Slider misses out. 2 balls and 1 strike. Again, it's basically a 3-game race at the top of the conference standings in the Northern Texas Junior College Conference. That pitch is fouled off. Makes it 2-2. Between Weatherford, Grayson, and McLennan. Grayson with the win earlier today over Temple has tied Weatherford in the win column in the conference standings with this 20th win. 2-2 pitch. Just misses inside. Griffin Lewis wanted that one. Lewis checks the pitch communicator, goes to his stretch. Payoff pitch. Up high, ball 4. Overstreet with the leadoff walk in the 4th. Leadoff walk in the 3rd led to a 2-run Weatherford 3rd inning. Leadoff walk in the bottom of the inning for the Highlanders. It's parlayed into 2 runs. Here's Caden Mitchell. He flew out to center field his first time up. Walk to Overstreet is the 20th he's received this year against only 9 strikeouts. Mitchell takes first pitch for strike one. He's 1 for 6 against McLennan in the series. Outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Weatherman is telling us we're going to get rain tomorrow. We got a lot of clouds have moved in here in the late evening here in Waco. Fly ball out toward right field and deep. It is treetop tall and over the wall. Caden Mitchell with a 2-run home run gives the lead back to Weatherford at 4-3. Mitchell's 5th home run of the year. And RBIs 22 and 23 on the season. And that's going to be it for Griffin Lewis. As Peter Stark, the pitching coach, is headed to the mound and has made the call to the bullpen. So Griffin Lewis is going to go 3 innings plus a couple of batters. He's given up 4 runs. They're all earned on just 3 base hits. But all 3 of those hits were for extra bases. He walked 2, and he struck out 2. Nice hand for Griffin Lewis as the Highlanders go to the bullpen. Try to keep this one a 1-run affair. New pitcher for McLennan is Logan Harris, 6'2", 160-pound freshman out of Kingwood. For Harris, this will be his 13th appearance of the year. He's had 5 starts, 4 wins, no losses, no saves, 28 and a third innings. He's given up 12 runs and 11 are earned off of 21 hits. He's walked 13 while striking out 30. Opponents hitting 198 off of Harris, who has a 3.49 earned run average. Logan Harris comes on to take over for Griffin Lewis. After Lewis gave up a 2-run home run to give up the lead at 4-3. Coyotes will have the week off from competition in the conference next week. They'll have their week off. The Highlanders had their week off last week. Next up for the Highlanders on their schedule is a trip to Vernon on Wednesday. They have Vernon and North Central left on their schedule. Weatherford, after this series, as I mentioned, will have the week off next week, and their final series is also against Vernon. So 2 in, nobody on, nobody out. 7-hole hitter Mason Ashlock at the plate, walked and scored his first time. Takes the first pitch slider, all 1. Balls and no strikes. Walked and scored his first time up. 19th run he has scored this year on the 19th time he's walked. Two-0. Slider that misses out. 3 balls and no strikes. That's way outside and all the way to the backstop. Ashlock walks for the second time in the game. It's the fourth walk issued by Highlander pitching. Griffin Lewis walked 3 in his turn on the hill, striking out only 2. Now here's Uriah Walters. First pitch in for a strike. Walters flew out to right field his first time up. He started this series hitting .270, dropped 11 points to .259. Squares to bunt, pitch is outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. That's a strike right at the belt, the outside third. There's with a good hard slider. Works very well against right-handed hitters. Easy for me to say. 1-2. Off speed in there for a strike. Pretty pitch from Logan Harris with the off-speed breaking ball. First out of the inning, his first strikeout, third strikeout for Highlander pitching. Now here's the 9-hole hitter, Caden Bird, who doubled home a run his last time up. Double was his 5th of the year. Takes a pitch for a strike. Also ended up scoring a run in that inning. 22nd time he's touched the pay station this year. Nothing in 2 the count. On Caden Bird, the freshman from Burleson. Logan Harris looking for back-to-back strikeouts after the walk. Not with that pitch, just a bit outside. On the border, tried to get the batter to chase after it. With a late break, that one almost got the strike zone. Deemed to be ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Wind is once again picked up, blowing about 15 to 20 out to left field. The 2-2 hit in the air of a foul, out of play. Much of a lead at first base for Ashlock. That's a swing and miss for strike 3. Harris out of the bullpen for 2 strikeouts to give the Highlander pitching staff 4 strikeouts in the game. That's back to the top of the order. And J.C. Davis. Davis 0 for 2 with a couple of groundouts. His last one, though, brought home a run. His 28th RBI of the year. There goes the runner. The pitch is fouled off. A hit and run was on. Davis did all he could to try to protect his runner. But fouled it off to the top of the netting, just above the first base on deck circle. Davis averages dropped below 400 at 397 now with his 0 for 2 in this one. Takes a pitch for a strike. Now collected 54 hits on the year. 11 doubles and 2 home runs. He's also walked 27 times against just 12 strikeouts. He likes to put the ball in play. The 0-2 On the ground to the second baseman. Spencer Butt picks up the slow roller and fires to first base in time to get the speedy J.C. Davis and end the inning. But not before. Weatherford once again grabs the lead to get the 2-run home run from Caden Mitchell. 2 runs on 1 hit. No Highlander errors and 1 man left on base. Head to the bottom of the 4th with our new score. Weatherford 4 and McLennan 3.
You got 8 seconds to prove you're worth the price of admission. And you got Baylor Scott and White Health along for the ride. So square up. You got this.
MCC has definitely benefited me most on not only what I want to do, but who I aspire to be. Expect every professor to help you become who you want to be and more. Create your own success at MCC.
Leading off the Highlander, number 6, McLean Helton.
6, 7, and 8 in the batting order for McLennan. Here in the bottom half of the 4th, trailing by a run at 4-3 now. Trent Collier out for his 4th inning of work as the starter, has thrown 60 pitches through the first 3 innings. Helton called out on strikes his first time up. Bunts it right back to the mound. Collier picks it up and throws to first base. 1 pitch and 1 out.
Number 22, Ty Wade.
That brings up Ty Wade. Wade also called out on strikes his first time up. Wade missed a couple of series for the Highlanders. Did not see action against Ranger or Hill as a starter. Back in the starting lineup against Weatherford, though. Pitch is down, 1 ball, 1 strike. On Ty Wade. Hitting 278 now. 20 walks against 42 strikeouts. Fouled off the catcher. Takes it to 1 and 2. Caleb Overstreet, our home plate umpire, going to check on catcher Caden Mitchell to make sure he's okay. Mitchell says, hey, I got padding here and takes care of that. I'm okay. Let's play. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Collier delivers high. 2 and 2 the count. Wade's got some pop in the bat with 9 home runs. Next pitch down to take it to 3 balls and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Wade down swinging.
Now coming to the plate, number 7, Cage McLeod.
Second time he's struck out in the game. Now here's Cage McLeod. Strikeout number 6 recorded by Trent Collier. Again, he came in as the Coyotes team leader in strikeouts with 52. 2 out, nobody on. McLeod takes the first pitch on the outside corner for a strike. Cage walked and scored his first time up, his 33rd walk of the year. 45th time that he's scored for McLennan. Fouls this one off first base side. Behind the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Game 1 of 2 today. Got the 3 o'clock start, so the second game could be played under the lights for a while. The 0-2, this is outside. and playing on Friday because this is Easter weekend. Normally they'd be playing a Wednesday, Saturday series. Friday this week. The 1-2. Foul tipped in the mitt for strike 3. 7 strikeouts now for Trent Collier. Highlanders in the 4th. 3 up and 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. Head to the 5th with our score. Weatherford 4 and McLennan 3.
You got 8 seconds to prove you're worth the price of admission. And you got Baylor Scott and White Health along for the ride. So square up. You got this.
MCC has definitely benefited me most on not only what I want to do, but who I aspire to be. Expect every professor to help you become who you want to be and more. Create your own success at MCC.
You got 8 seconds.
Logan Harris threw 17 pitches coming out of the bullpen in relief of Griffin Lewis to get the 3 outs in the 4th inning. He faces 2, 3, and 4 in the Weatherford batting order here in the top half of the 5th inning. Blake Martinez lead it off, followed by Trace Mazon and then Manny Salas. Martinez double home run his last time up. 1 for 2 in the game. Facing a right-hander now. First pitch, he bunts up the third base side. A charge by McLeod. His throw is going to be offline, and it's an infield single for Blake Martinez. Caught the Highlanders a little off guard, but also a very well-placed bunt by Martinez to pick up his 2nd hit of the game. Give the Coyotes a leadoff base runner for Trace Mazon. That was a thing of beauty by Martinez. Cloud did all he could, but couldn't make the play. Here's Mazon, who popped up to the first baseman and also has walked in the game. 29th walk he's picked up this year. Takes a first pitch strike at the belt on the inside 3rd. Hitting .413 on the year. There goes the runner. The pitch is high. The throw down is in plenty of time, but the second baseman doesn't hold on to the baseball. Tried to make the tag before the ball was in the glove and give the stolen base to Blake Martinez. That was a good throw from Dayton LaChance. Had Martinez dead to right, but Spencer Butt does not hold on to the baseball. Now Mazon has a runner in scoring position. He leads the team in RBI with 54. 1-1. A strike on the outside 3rd. Good hard slider. Sophomore out of Aledo. He's appearing in his 100th game of his career at Weatherford. Spin to second base. Chase Martinez back to the bag. In those 100 games for Mazon, he's picked up 128 hits, 34 doubles, 2 triples, 18 home runs, 119 RBI, and a .372 career average for the Coyotes. 1-0 pitch, a swung and miss for strike 3. Got Mazon with a high hard one. That is the 3rd strikeout for Logan Harris. 5th strikeout for Highlander pitching. Out 1, runner at 2nd, and now here's Manny Salas. That's not an easy guy to strike out. Salas is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a fly out to center field. Takes the first pitch strike just above the belt. In the heart of the plate. Off speed, swung and missed, out in front of it. No balls, 2 strikes. Check it second. 0-2 pitch is up high, won't chase it. Try to put something up in his eyes for him to see and try to go after, but laid off of it. Salas hitting .400 on the year at this at bat. A 1-2. On the inside corner at the belt, called strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for Logan Harris. Gives him 4 for the game. And that's 2 biggies right there. Anytime you can get Maison and Salas on back-to-back strikeouts, you're doing some pitching. Now here's the designated hitter, Jake Overstreet. Flew out to right, walked and scored in the 4th inning. The flyout was in the 2nd. Takes a pitch outside for ball 1. A .338 hitter at this at bat. Called strike just under the letters on the outside third. One ball, 1 strike. Missed with an inside pitch this time. 2-1. Trying to strand that leadoff bunt single by Blake Martinez. Keep him at second base. Keep it a 1-run contest. 2-1 pitch. That's a strike on the outside third. Deuce is wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner at second base. Harris to his stretch. The kick and the pitch. Breaking ball that's hit out in the left field. Sinking hard. Harden makes a dive and comes up with the catch. Daniel Harden able to chase that one down and take it off the top of the turf for the final out here in the 5th. Weatherford gets no runs on a hit. No errors and 1 man left on base. Head to the bottom of 5 with our score. Weatherford 4 and McLennan 3.
You got 8 seconds to prove you're worth the price of admission. And you got Baylor Scott and White Health along for the ride. So square up. You got this.
MCC has definitely benefited me most on not only what I want to do, but who I aspire to be. Expect every professor to help you become who you want to be and more. Create your own success at MCC.
Trent Collier out for his 5th inning of work as the starter for Weatherford. He's thrown 71 pitches through the first 4 innings. Faces 9-1 and 2 in the McLennan batting order here in the bottom of the 5th with a 1-run lead. Owen Egan, designated hitter in the 9 spot, struck out his first time up. It's the second time Egan has seen a start in conference play for the Highlanders as a hitter. Fouls off the first pitch. First base side out of play. He was looking for a first pitch fastball and got it. Was still a little tardy with the bat. Collier comes back with a changeup that bounces in. 1 ball, 1 strike. Coyotes play Egan straight away. 1-1. Squares up the bunt, pulls back on the pitch. It's deemed to be strike 2. Egan does not agree. Counted 1 ball and 2 strikes. Deep in the box on the right side, looks out to the lefty. Pitch bounces off the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Line drive into right field, base hit. Egan starts off the Highlander 5th with just their 3rd hit of the game. It's a sharp single to right field. Sets the table for the top of the order, Sherman Johnson. It's Egan's 6th hit of the year. He is a leadoff base runner here in the 5th. Johnson, a bunt single and scored his last time up. Takes a pitch inside for ball 1. Maison is creeping in from 3rd base, trying to keep Johnson from bunting the ball again. John with that straight up and down stance. 1-0. Popped up, first base side. Had room for it, but couldn't chase it down. First baseman, second baseman, right fielder all giving chase, but it landed about 6 inches from the side fence. 1 ball, 1 strike on Sherman Johnson. Johnson has been on a hitting tear in conference play. Came into this series hitting .328 in league action. 1-1 pitch, fouled off. Really good series against Cisco and Hill, especially Hill. He went 4 for 8 against Hill. I'm going to make that 9 for 15 against Hill. And the Highlanders' last conference series before this. The 1-2 pitch, off speed, swung and missed for strike 3. Johnson out on strikes for the 2nd time. I have that as 8 strikeouts now for Trent Collier. Here's Spencer Butt. Hit by a pitch his last time up. Also grounded out to 3rd base. Takes a pitch up high for ball 1. Spencer has also hit well in conference play. Started this series hitting .458 in league action. There goes the runner. The pitch is a called strike. The throw down is not going to be in time. Oh, and Egan has a stolen base. It's the 3rd stolen base for Egan in 4 tries this year. But now in scoring position as the tying run. Spencer Butt trying to find a gap in the outfield to tie it up. Takes a breaking ball. Slow curveball. Clips the inside corner. 1-2 the count. Got 23 hits now in conference play. 5 of those for extra bases, 2 doubles, and 3 conference home runs. All of his home runs this year have come in conference action. There goes the runner to third. The throw down is going to get past, and Egan is up and headed home, and he will walk in safely. So give him a stolen base and move him home on the throwing error by the catcher, and we're all tied up at 4 apiece. So a leadoff single, 2 stolen bases, and an error has helped the 9-hole hitter Owen Egan tie this game up. Count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes on Spencer Butt. That one bounced in.
Win it, Spencer. Find a way.
Owen Egan turns into Ricky Henderson on the base paths and helps the Highlanders tie it up at 4. Call strike 3. Spencer Butt called out on strikes for the 9th strikeout of the game for Trent Collier. Two gone, and now here's Marcus Smith. Marcus walked with the bases loaded his last time up and brought in a run. It was his 42nd RBI of the year. Takes a pitch low and inside for ball 1. Struck out in the first. Bases loaded walk in the 3rd. Nobody on, 2 outs here in the 5th for Marcus. Hits this one in the air, out toward right field. It's going to dump in for at least 1. Smith is thinking about taking it to 2. Here's the throw, and it's not in time. Marcus Smith, a hustling double with 2 outs. His 10th double of the year. Puts the go-ahead run in scoring position here in the bottom of the 5th for Daniel Harden. Harden has put the ball in play both times he's been at the plate. A leadoff double and a run scored in the 2nd, an RBI fielder's choice in the 3rd. 50 runs scored on the year now. And now here's Jeff Lightfoot walking out to the mound, and he's going to make the call to the bullpen. So that's going to be it for the starter, Trent Collier. He'll go 4 2/3 innings. He's allowed 4 runs, only 3 of them earned. Gets a nice hand from the Weatherford folks on hand. Four runs on 4 hits. Having walking only 1 and striking out 9. A nice outing for Trent Collier. He gives up a leadoff single and a 2-out double here in the 5th. Leaves the game with the score all knotted up at 4 apiece. Scoreboard reads on the top 4 runs on 4 hits, no errors. On the bottom 4 runs, 4 hits, no errors. Pretty even matchup between these 2 premier clubs of D1 junior college baseball in Texas. New pitcher for the Coyotes is Gabriel Lewis, 5'7", 165-pound freshman out of Mansfield, Texas. For Gabriel Lewis, this is just his 6th appearance of the year. He's only thrown 6 innings, giving up 4 runs, 3 earned on 5 hits. He's walked 3 and struck out 4. A 4.50 earned run average for the new pitcher, Gabriel Lewis. See if we can check in real quick with what Grayson is doing in their 2nd game with Temple. They are in the top of the 9th. and Temple has a 9-5 lead. So if Temple can hold on to that, they will split with Grayson today. That will help out both McLennan and Weatherford with the win earlier today by Grayson over Temple. That tied Grayson with Weatherford in the win column in conference play at 20 wins. Again, it's pretty much between those three teams who's going to finish first, second, and third in the conference. Standings after that, it's up to Vernon, Cisco, probably just Vernon and Cisco. Temple may be out of the running. They're about to be 8 and 16. Cisco is the team that has the week off from conference play today. And we mentioned that Vernon and Hill or Weatherford are playing each other. I've had trouble finding scores on those games today. Throw to second base, back under the tag is Marcus Smith. Actually, Vernon is playing Hill this week. It's North Central and Ranger playing each other. So here's Harden trying to give the Highlanders the lead. He's already done it once today when he doubled and scored back in the second inning. Takes a pitch at the knees on the inside third for a strike.
Good take, good take.
Now scored 50 runs on the year off of 54 hits. Hitting .351, a .307 career average here at McLennan. Takes a slider inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Game number 107 of his career here at McLennan. 111 career hits, 114 runs scored, 25 doubles, 3 triples, 18 career home runs, and 76 career RBI. The 1-1. Fastball on the inside corner at the belt for a strike. Nice pitch from Gabe Lewis. Needs another strike to get out of the inning. Without any further damage, the Highlanders have tied it. The 1-2 pitch. That hits him. Got his back foot. That is the 12th time he's been hit, or 13th time he's been hit by a pitch this year, which leads the team in that department. So the hit batter puts 2 on with 2 out. That brings up Dayton LaChance. Another opportunity to pick up some RBI here. He picked up an RBI in the first with a sacrifice fly. Popped out to the catcher his last time up, so he's 0 for 1 officially in the contest, hitting .373 on the year. He's one of those players headed to Oklahoma next year. Pops it up on the infield, shortstop. Walters makes the call and makes the catch for the 3rd out to retire the side. McLennan in the 5th gets a run on a hit. There was an error, and there was 2 runners left on base. We head to the 6th with a new score. It's McLennan 4 and Weatherford 4.
You got 8 seconds to prove you're worth the price of admission. And you got Baylor Scott and White Health along for the ride. So square up. You got this.
MCC has definitely benefited me most on not only what I want to do, but who I aspire to be. Expect every professor to help you become who you want to be and more. Create your own success at MCC.
Highlanders bring out a new pitcher for the top half of the 6th inning. Taking over as the 3rd pitcher of the game for McLennan is Caden Leon. Takes over for Logan Harris, who went 2 innings in relief of the starter, Griffin Lewis. Harris, in his 2 innings, gives up no runs on a hit. He walked 1 and struck out 4. Now it's Caden Leon for the 2nd time against Weatherford. He pitched in the 2nd game of the doubleheader on Wednesday at Weatherford and picked up the win in that contest with 2 innings of no hit, no run baseball. He struck out 3 and walked 2. So Caden Leon on the hill now for the Highlanders. Be his 9th appearance of the year. He's 1 and 2 with no saves. 15 in the 3rd innings pitched, giving up 14 runs that are earned in 15 and 2/3 innings. Walked 10 and struck out 18 now. Trace Maison. I'm looking at the wrong scorecard, Lark. Caden Mitchell leading it off. He gave the Coyotes the lead in the 4th with a 2-run homer. Has a count of 1 ball and 1 strike on him. Home run was his 5th of the year. Now has 23 RBI on the season. 1-1 pitch. It's a fastball. Hits the outside 3rd for a strike. Leon put some giddy up on the fastball. Anywhere from 92 to 94. He's another Oklahoma commit. Caden Mitchell greets him though with a single. His 2nd hit of the game. That'll bring up Mason Ashlock, the left fielder. He's walked both times he's come to the plate today and scored a run once. Keep an eye on Mitchell. He has not attempted a stolen base this year, but a tight game like this, who knows? First pitch is a fastball at the knees on the inside 3rd for a strike. Ashlock, a sophomore out of Dripping Spring, Texas. Trying to get his average up above 200. Breaking ball drops out of the zone. 1 ball, 1 strike. We're in the 6th. We're playing 7 here in game 1. Unless we go extra innings here. Another breaking ball that bounces into LaChance's glove. 58-foot curveball, and now Peter Stark wants to go out and settle down his freshman pitcher. I think he believes there's a little too much excitement in Leon here and needs to drop him down a notch. Temple did complete the win against Grayson in game 2, 9-5. So those 2 teams split the doubleheader today, but Grayson wins that series 3-1. First game of the doubleheader today between Ranger and North Central was won by Rangers 16-9. Second game is about to be a run rule game. They're in the bottom of the 4th with Ranger on top 15-2. No score in on Hill and Vernon today. Not been able to find those scores. A snap throw to first base, diving back to the bag safely is Mitchell. The count goes to 3 balls and 1 strike. Three-one pitch. Down low, ball 4. 3 times today, Mason Ashlock has taken a free pass from 3 different McLennan pitchers. 5th walk issued by McLennan pitching staff. Pushes the go-ahead run out to second base with nobody out and brings Uriah Walters to the plate. Jeff Lightfoot going to get a offensive conference in here before Walters comes to the plate. You got to believe Uriah is bunting here. He's 0 for 2 with a fly to right and called out on strikes. Hitting 258 on the year after hitting 363 for the Coyotes a year ago. A sophomore out of Prosper, Texas. He's showing bunt early, but is it the slash play? That's the question. Lets the first pitch go by for ball 1. Sure, part of that discussion was make sure you bunt a strike. Anything that's not near your bat, let it go. Weatherford crowd trying to get a rally started here in the top of the 6th. Leon misses down. 2 balls and no strikes. Again, he had 2 hitless scoreless innings against the Coyotes on Wednesday. The 2-0 pitch. That is bunted up the third base side. Leon is going to let it roll foul. It's about the only play he had. The Highlanders were playing to keep the third baseman back to get the out at third base. Third baseman was not charging on that whatsoever. But luckily for the Highlanders, it rolled outside the line. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Walters back into the right side of the batter's box again, squaring early. Overthrown low. 3 balls and 1 strike. It's a situation where your opponent is trying to give you an out. Give him a pitch to get an out on. Here's the 3-1. That's in for strike 2. Walters laid off of it. Is he still bunting on 3 and 2? Ty Wade stays in at the edge of the grass at first base. The 3-2, he's swinging away and struck out. Caden Leon wins the battle there with his first strikeout. And the 7th strikeout for Highlander pitching. Walters not able to move the runners up. Now it's the 9-hole hitter, Caden Bird, who has doubled and scored in this one and also struck out his last time up. Hitting 268 on the season. The lefty at the plate, righty on the hill. Leon's first pitch. Change-up misses outside for ball 1. Bottom of the order trying to take the lead for Weatherford here in the top half of the 6th inning. Slow breaking ball stays above the zone. 2 balls and no strikes. At least Leon remembers he's got more than the fastball. Checks the pitch communicator. Checks his runner at second. Fastball's hit in the air to left field. Daniel Harden getting it measured. Makes the catch. Runners trying to advance. Here come the throw. It won't be in time. So Bird moves him up with the fly ball to left field. They're both in scoring position for the top of the order, J.C. Davis. Started out with a single and a walk. Now Davis, who's 0 for 3 with 3 ground outs. And now we're going to have a defensive conference on the hill. More than a defensive conference. Looks like we're getting a pitching change as well. So Caden Leon gets 2 outs. Giving up a hit and a walk and a strikeout, but is responsible for the 2 runners on base. As they go to their closer, Cade Weibel here. Weibel takes over. Second time he's seen action against Weatherford. He came in game 2 on Wednesday for an inning and a third and picked up his 3rd save of the year, giving up no runs on no hits, walking 1 and striking out 4. He's called on upon here for at least 4 outs. Right now trying to preserve a tie ball game at 4 runs apiece. Cade Weibel, 6'5", 210 sophomore out of Round Rock. Fastball clocked anywhere between 90 and 94. Got a good sinker and a good slider. This will be his 13th appearance of the year. 1 win, 1 loss, and 3 saves. In 15 innings pitched, he's only allowed 3 runs, 2 earned on 8 hits. He's walked 12 and struck out 23. On is hitting 184 off of Weibel, who has a 1.29 earned run average. Cade Weibel trying to close the door on the Weatherford Coyotes here at the top of the 6th as they try to grab a lead in what has been a seesaw battle. McLennan got a 1-0 lead after 2. Weatherford took a 2-1 lead with 2 runs in the top of the 3rd, but the Highlanders answered those 2 runs in the bottom of the inning to go up 3-2. Weatherford with a 2-run home run by Mitchell in the 4th took a 4-3 lead, but then McLennan scored a run in the bottom of the 5th to tie it up at 4 apiece. First pitch is in for a strike to J.C. Davis. Davis, 2 ground outs to second base, an RBI ground out to the shortstop in this game. He asked for time at the plate. He felt like he was about to be quick pitch, so he's asked for time and it's granted. Go ahead run at 3rd is Caden Mitchell. Mason Ashlock at 2nd. The 0-1 misses, gets away from LaChance, and here comes the runner. He will score standing up on the pass ball. That run's going to go on the ledger of Caden Leon. Weatherford with the lead again at 5-4. Insurance down at 3rd base. 1-1 pitch is hit on the ground through the 6th hole in the left field for a base knock. J.C. Davis comes up with the RBI single. And gives Weatherford a 2-run lead. That's 6-4. 29 RBI now in the year for J.C. Davis off of his 55th hit of the season. Now here's Blake Martinez, takes a strike at the knees. That closes the book on Caden Leon. He gives up 2 runs, both earned. That's all right, that's only 1 of those are earned because of the pass ball. There goes the runner. The pitch is fouled off at the plate. The runner will have to return. A leadoff single and a walk have both scored for Weatherford here in the 6th. Six hits now for Weatherford. Slider misses away. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Foul tip, got a little piece of that one to keep the at-bat alive. Weatherford has scored 2 in the third, 2 in the fourth, and 2 in the sixth for their 6 runs. The Highlanders with 1 in the second, 2 in the third, 1 in the fifth for their 4 runs. There goes the runner. The pitch is swung on and fouled off. They had J.C. Davis in motion. He is the team leader in stolen bases with 14 out of 16 attempts. Davis is off with the pitch here. They'll draw a throw. Good job by Ty Wade to keep that one from going up the first baseline. Even had our first base umpire dodging just in case. Another throw to first base. Davis back in ahead of the tag.
Come get him.
A 1-2 pitch. On the outside corner with a slider. Clips the corner for strike 3. But Weatherford gets 2 runs. They do it on 2 base hits. No Highlander errors. And a runner left on base. We head to the bottom of the 6th with a new score. It's Weatherford 6 and McLennan 4.
You got 8 seconds to prove you're worth the price of admission. And you got Baylor Scott and White Health along for the ride. So square up. You got this.
MCC has definitely benefited me most on not only what I want to do, but who I aspire to be. Expect every professor to help you become who you want to be and more. Create your own success at MCC.
Leading off the Highlanders, number 6, McLennan.
New pitcher for Weatherford as McLennan comes to bat in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Taking over on the hill is freshman right-hander Noah Bentley, 6'1", 200-pound from Salina, Texas. This will be his 2nd outing against the Highlanders. He is considered their closer. First pitch is in for a strike. He came in relief of game 1, won by Weatherford on Wednesday 6-3 through 2 innings of no-hit, no-run baseball to pick up his 3rd save of the year. Facing McLean Helton to start the Highlander 6th inning. Foul tipped into the mitt. Helton is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a comebacker to the mound.
Do something, Matt.
1-2 pitch. It's low and away. Helton, Wade, and McLeod for the Highlanders here in the bottom of the 6th. Trailing by 2 now at 6-4. They've been playing catch-up pretty much all game. Off speed, that's hit into center field fairly deep. Going back as a center fielder, Martinez at the warning track. He will chase it down for out number 1. Now here's Ty Wade. 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. Gabe Lewis just went a third of an inning in his time on the hill for Weatherford. First pitch to Wade is in for strike 1. Slider that's fouled off and sliced out of play. 0-2 on Wade. I just 1 for 7 so far in this series against Weatherford. Hits this one on the ground and it's into center field for a base hit. That brings the tying run to the plate. And Cage McLeod. McLeod still looking for his first hit against Weatherford. He's 0 for 6, but has scored a run, walking 3 times and being hit by a pitch once. Walked and scored earlier in this one and is also struck out. Hits the first pitch he sees and fouls it out of play. He started out the year like a house on fire, but really cooled off in conference play. Came into this series, a 244 conference averages. Takes a pitch down by the shoelaces for ball 1. Wind still blowing out to left, but has died down some, down to about 10 to 15. 1-1 pitch is hit into the fence behind home plate. One ball, 2 strikes on the Highlander third baseman. Wade with a modest lead at first, pitching. Breaking ball that's swung over the top of and missed. First strikeout for Noah Bentley. Have that as the 10th strikeout for Weatherford pitching in the game. 2 outs. And Owen Egan stepping up to the plate, the designated hitter. Singled his last time up and scored. Takes a fastball on the outside third for a strike. After that single, he stole second, stole third, and scored on a throwing error by the catcher. That tied the game at 4 apiece in the 5th. Off speed, swung through and missed. 0-2. Oh-2 offering is outside, smothered by Mitchell, the catcher, to keep the runner at first base. Bottom of the 6th, we're scheduled to play 7. Weatherford has a 6-4 lead. The 1-2. Swung over and missed. Back-to-back strikeouts. Ends the 6th inning. The Highlanders getting no runs on a hit. There was no errors. 1 man left on base. We go to inning number 7 with our score. Weatherford 6 and McLennan 4.
You got 8 seconds to prove you're worth the price of admission. And you got Baylor Scott and White Health along for the ride. So square up. You got this.
MCC has definitely benefited me most on not only what I want to do, but who I aspire to be. Expect every professor to help you become who you want to be and more. Create your own success at MCC.
You got 8 seconds to prove you're worth the price of admission. And you got Baylor Scott and White Health along for the ride. So square up. You got this.
Weatherford has the meat of the batting order coming up to the plate here in the top of the 7th, looking for some insurance. Up by 2 at 6-4. Trace Maison, Manny Salas, and Jake Overstreet against Cade Weibel, who came on with 2 on and 2 outs in the 6th and gave up a single and a strikeout. And the inherited runners allowed Weatherford to take the lead. The first pitch is fouled off the bat handle by Maison for strike 1. He's 0 for 2 in this one with a pop up to first base, a walk, and a strikeout. But still 5 for 9 in this series against Highlander pitching. Takes a pitch above the letters. 1 ball, 1 strike. Headed to Coastal Carolina next year. 1-1. Hit foul third base side. 1-2. Again, Weatherford looks forward to a week off from conference competition next week. Highlanders have a 4-game series with Vernon starting on Wednesday on the road. 1-2 pitch. Swing on a miss for strike 3. Weibel's second strikeout. 9 strikeouts for Highlander pitching. One out, here's Manny Salas. He's 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a fly out to center field. He fouls off the first pitch, left side out of play. Nice pitch, pretty slider, makes it to the catcher's mitt for strike 2. Right back where it came from. Too much home plate with an 0-2 pitch. Salas singles. Second hit off of Cade Weibel. That's an overconfident pitch there. Now here's Overstreet. Flied out twice, walked once, and scored. Breaking ball stays up for ball 1. A real nice left to right break on that slider for Weibel. Makes it almost unhittable for right-handers. Fastball hits the bat and fouled off. Game 2 coming up about 30 minutes after the completion of this one. There goes the runner. The pitch is a strike. The throw down is not in time. Looked like LaChance had the ball there, but a good slide by Salas. He's able to slide around the tag. His 10th stolen base of the year in 11 tries. 1-2 count on Overstreet. He hits this one up the middle, but it's backhand pickup by Butt, the second baseman. If he's not playing there, that's in the outfield for an RBI single. Overstreet's retired 4-3. Spencer Butt was playing over toward the bag at second with the runner holding him on. He was in the right spot to pick up that hot shot on one hop. So 2 outs, and now here's Caden Mitchell, who has been a scourge for the Highlander pitching staff. A 2-run homer in the 4th, a single and a run scored in the 6th. Takes a pitch for ball 1. He's also flied out to center field. 1-0. Misses outside. Again, insurance run just 90 feet away for Weatherford. They're up by 2 here in the 7th inning. Good slider. Had a nice break to it to get it to the strike zone at the last second. It says it's 2-1. I think it's 1-2, but I could be wrong. Swing and a miss. I guess I was incorrect. Now it's 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs on Caden Mitchell. Weibel looking for his 3rd strikeout since entering the game. That one just misses inside. It'll go full at 3-2. It's an excellent rivalry between these 2 programs.
Right here.
Conference championship usually on the line when these 2 teams play each other. 3-2 pitch. Fouled off. Sliced off to the left side. Weibel ready with another payoff pitch. Miss outside corner. Ball 4. That's the first walk given up by Weibel. Puts runners at the corners with 2 out and brings up Mason Ashlock, who's walked all 3 times he's come to the plate. That's going to be it for Cade Weibel. Weibel's going to go 1 inning on the hill. Might be saving his pitches for the 2nd game of the doubleheader maybe here. But so far he's given up no runs on 2 base hits. He's walked 1 and struck out 2. Let's see what pitching coach Peter Stark has decided to do here. He's going to give the ball to Stevie Doty. Basically, he just needs 1 out of Stevie Doty. He needs somebody that can throw strikes to Mason Ashlock, who has walked 3 times and scored twice. 6 walks issued by McLennan pitching in the game. They have also struck out 9. Stevie Doty takes over. This will be his 2nd outing against Weatherford. He came on in the first game on Wednesday as the final pitcher of the game. Went an inning and 2/3, gave up no runs on no hits. Walked nobody and struck out 2, so that's exactly what Peter Stark is hoping he will see here, is a strikeout to end this threat in the top of the 7th. Stevie Doty seeing action for the 10th time this year. Trying to close out the Coyotes here in the top of the 7th and keep it a 2-run deficit for McLennan. Looking ahead to the bottom of the 7th inning, the Highlanders have the top of the batting order coming to the plate. Griffin Lewis got the start. He went 3 innings. Gave up 4 runs on 3 hits. He walked 3 and struck out 2. Logan Harris on for 2 innings. Gave up no runs on a hit. With a walk and 4 strikeouts. Caden Leon for 2/3 of an inning. He ended up giving up 2 runs, but only one of those were earned off of 1 hit. Now, Cade Weibel leaves the game after an inning of work. Leaves with property on the base paths with Salas at third and Mitchell at first. There are 2 outs, and Mason Ashlock at the plate. Sophomore from Dripping Springs, only hitting .189 on the year, but again, he's walked 3 times today. First pitch slider misses inside for ball 1. That's in for a strike. Caden Mitchell at first has not attempted a stolen base this year. We'll see if he stays put or not. Throw over to first base to remind him we know you're there. Both dugouts at the front rail watching this one. The 1-1, breaking ball in for strike 2. Now the runner from second is headed down to second base. They'll let him go uncontested. That was an attempt to get a double steal there. So defensive indifference allows Mitchell to be at second base. Count of 1 ball and 2 strikes. Doty delivers outside. 2-2 the count. Salas at third, Mitchell at second. Doty just needs a strike to end it. Fouled off. Check swing by Ashlock. Got a piece of it. Keeps deuces wild at 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs with 2 on. And a 2-run lead for the Weatherford Coyotes here in the top of the 7th. Slider misses low and away. It goes full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Uriah Walters waits on deck. Fly ball, shallow right field. Marcus Smith going over toward the foul line. Will not be able to get to it as it bounces and goes into the bullpen. That one just kept slicing away, but with the wind here, that one could have been held back into the ballpark. So it stays at 3 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs and 2 runners in scoring position. Don't know that Ashlock could be any deeper in the batter's box. 3-2 pitch. Hit him. It got a piece of it. Breaking ball that didn't have enough break to it. And once again, Ashlock is on a freebie. Hit by a pitch. And now Uriah Walters will get an opportunity. We're going to get a base runner for Ashlock at first base. As Trey Butler will run for him at first. Butler, a 5'8", 170-pound freshman out of Chicago. Running now at first base. Bags are full of Coyotes. There are 2 outs. They're trying to add some insurance. The 8-hole hitter, Uriah Walters, at the plate, 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a fly to right. Takes the first pitch low and away for ball one. Walters, a .307 career average, appearing in his 91st game of his career in Weatherford. 94 career base hits. Takes a slider out. 2 balls and no strikes. Stevie Doty needs to throw strikes. Let his defense help him out here. The 2-0. A swing and a miss on a fastball. That's what he knew was coming and couldn't make the connection. Walters has struck out 50 times this year, which is the most by anybody on the Weatherford club. Again, he's collected 94 career hits. Takes a pitch outside to run the count to 3 balls and 1 strike. You got to believe Walters is looking for a fastball here. The 3-1, and the heart of the plate and taken for strike 2. Now the runners will get the head start. Ty Wade not holding Butler on at first base. The merry-go-round will start. The payoff pitch, low and away, ball 4. RBI walk for Uriah Walters. Makes it 7-4 in favor of Weatherford. Mitchell moves to third. Butler down to second now. That run goes on the ledger of Cade Weibel. Now the 9-hole hitter, Caden Bird. He came through with a RBI, came through with a double back in the 3rd inning and scored. Since then, it's a strikeout and a flyout. Bird's 1 for 3 today, has him 1 for 7 in the series. Pitch is low and inside, 2 balls and no strikes. Maison struck out, Salas singled, a ground out by Overstreet, and then a walk, a hit batter, and a walk has brought in a run for Weatherford here in the 7th. Fastball misses inside, it's 3 balls and no strikes. Peter Stark has asked for time. Wants to go out and settle down his pitcher. I don't think he has another pitcher ready in the bullpen. He just wants to settle down Doty here. Help him refocus and throw strikes, which the coaching staff know he's capable of doing. Well, Ranger has finally finished their game against North Central. They won both games today, 17-7 in the nightcap after winning 16-9 in the first. A lot of runs scored at Ranger today. First pitch is in for a strike to Caden Bird. So Grayson and Temple split, and Ranger takes 2 from North Central. Another conference action today. 3-1 pitch is hit in the air to center field. McLean Helton will squeeze it for the 3rd out, and that retires the side, but Weatherford adds a run. They do it on just 1 base hit. No Highlander errors, and there was 3 Coyotes left on base. Head to the bottom of the 7th with our score. Weatherford 7 and McLennan 4.
MCC has definitely benefited me most on not only what I want to do, but who I aspire to be. Expect every professor to help you become who you want to be and more. Create your own success at MCC.
Leading off the highway is leader 5, Sherman Johnson.
Sherman Johnson starts things for the Highlanders. Top of the order. Johnson, Butt, and Smith. Highlanders trail by 3. Facing the Weatherford closer, Noah Bentley. First pitch in for a strike. Bentley looking for his 4th save of the year to make a winner out of Gabe Lewis. Fastball's out, 1 ball, 1 strike. Sherman 1 for 3 in the game. A bunt single between 2 strikeouts. He's also scored a run back in the 3rd inning when he led off the frame with a bunt single. Takes a pitch down. He's ahead in 2 balls and no strikes. Actually did not lead off that inning. Came up with 1 out and 1 on in the 3rd. Hitting .291 at this at bat with his 1 for 3. Takes a pitch out. Borderline call goes the way of the hitter. 3 balls and 1 strike. Highlanders need base runners. Pitch is fouled off. Johnson got the pitch he was looking for, but did not make the good connection. Goes full to 3 balls and 2 strikes. Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. 3rd strikeout for Noah Bentley since entering the game. That brings up Spencer Butt. He's 0 for 2. The ground out to 3rd and a call down on strikes. He's also been hit by a pitch. He chases the first pitch and fouls it off 3rd base side, out of reach. In game 2, scheduled for a start about 30 minutes after this one. The 0-1. That's hitting the air down the left side. It is slicing off, and it will be a catch in the left field corner by Mason Ashlock. Excuse me, that may not be Ashlock out there. Yeah, fantastic job in the left field corner to make the catch. That's made by Jax Marshall, who took over in the outfield after Ashlock was pinch run for. Well, Jax Marshall comes up with a circus catch for out number 2, and there's 2 away. Marcus Smith watches the first pitch down low for ball 1. That's in the left field corner. I can't see it from where I'm sitting. I hope you got a good view of it. Jax Marshall comes up with the catch. Smith is 1 for 2 in the game with a double. Takes a pitch a little high. 2 balls and no strikes. He had a bases loaded walk in the 3rd. Double with 2 outs in the 5th, but was left stranded. That's in for a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike. Marcus now 3 for 9 against Weatherford in this series. Hits this one on the ground. Maison deep in the hole at third base, makes a long throw, and it's in time for the 3rd out to retire the side. A couple of great defensive plays in the bottom of the 7th for Weatherford. Helps them secure the win over the Highlanders by a final score of 7-4. Weatherford gets 7 runs on 7 hits. They committed no errors. McLennan 4 runs on 5 hits. They commit no errors. The winning pitcher is Gabe Lewis. He is now 1-0 on the year with Noah Bentley picking up his 4th save. The loss goes against Caden Leon. He's now 1-3 on the year. Took us 2 hours and 32 minutes to play this 7-inning game, won by Weatherford by a score of 7-4. So Weatherford's record now improves to 38-8 on the year, 21-6 in conference play. McLennan now 31-15 on the season and 15-8 in league action. Game 2 of this doubleheader coming your way at about 6:05. Hope you will join us for that one as well. Until then, I'm Lark Smith, reminding you the final in Game 1 is Weatherford 7,